Good morning, students. Yesterday we have started the topic emerging power in the world, China. China emerged as a communist country in 1949. There was a revolution, communist revolution in China in 1949, and then China became a communist country, and China followed the path of USSR. In second chapter we have studied what was Soviet system. All the things were in the hands of government. There was only one party, that was Communist Party. You remember, no other political party was there. All the industries, all the sectors of economy, maybe the primary, secondary and tertiary, they were in the hands of government. You remember all those things? There was no place for private ownership. So same path of economy and politics was adopted by China in 1949, and China was known PRC, People's Republic of China. And at that time China was economically too much backward country. It was not having any relation with other capitalist countries as in case of USSR. You can recall about USSR also, and because it followed the path of USSR, so it was depending upon the financial aid given by USSR. Not only aid, but the advice for the development was also given by USSR. It was also depending upon its own resources. So it was depending upon three things: its own resources, financial aid given by USSR, and the advice given by USSR. What did China do? China has established heavy industries, and the owner of these industries were the state. Means again, no private industries. And to invest in these industries, they were getting money from agriculture. Because China was not having any relation with Western countries, which were capitalist countries, no export and import was there, it was isolated. So again there was shortage of foreign currency, foreign exchange, and now the China was not able to purchase technology from the other countries. As in case of USSR, you can recall all those points which I have taught you in second chapter in USSR, because China and USSR were moving at the same path. Now, what did China do? To purchase the things from other countries, because China was not having foreign exchange, foreign currency. So now the China decided to purchase the things by giving domestic goods, and it established the foundation of industrial economy. It was having some positive points, that because the industries were established, so employment was given. Because all the things were in the hands of government, so the government was in the favor of people. Social welfare schemes were launched, education was given to all, employment was given to all, better health facilities were given to all, because everything was in the hands of government. Maybe the schools, maybe the hospitals, all were in the hands of government. So no unemployment was there, all the people were getting education at affordable price or free of cost, and health facilities were also given to all. Its economic growth rate was 5 to 6%, not bad, it's a good rate, but its population growth rate was 2 to 3% annual. Now that economic growth rate could not match, could not fulfill the needs of growing population, and What happened at the same time? Because I have told you that for industries it was getting money, production, raw material from the agriculture. So the agriculture was not producing so much which can feed the industries. So what happened? Industrial production reduced, agricultural production reduced, then simultaneously what happened? Industrial production also reduced. Its international trade was nothing, and what happened? There was stagnation and per capita income was low. Again you can correlate it with USSR. All these things happened in USSR, but students, you must know these things, that the path adopted by USSR and path adopted by China to control its economy, to reform its economy was different. What path China has adopted, that we will discuss tomorrow. So that's all for today. Goodbye.